I have spurs that gentle gazing down.
All right. I like to picture you saying that while he's on top of the horse too, just like can't even get through the little bars.
All right. So I do have to recap, as tragic as that sounds. We had both the hunt and some preparations for the wedding. Our group of men sailed away from Makalim City to the Bear Tega in the north, just off the edge of the Duchy of Makalim. And they made camp there one night, and then in the morning went and hunted a dire albino boar, this massive beast. A couple of people got injured. 2 guards unfortunately did not make it, but most people survived. The royal hunt is usually more of just a ceremonial thing. Toward the end of it, Archim Sonder, as is traditional, was told that he was to deal the final blow to the boar, cut its throat, and basically bloodlet it. And Archim, in a rage, kind of lost control for a moment, let out a yell, kind of didn't even really realize what was happening until it was over, and came out of his stupor to everyone staring at him, blood down his arm, and the boar dead, kind of butchered. Its neck just cut all the way across, and him standing on the opposite side of him from where he had started. Clearly everyone feeling some form of negative emotion toward him, at least all the dukes that were around him. Some conversations were had there after the fact, and everyone made their way back to the city with this giant boar on the boat. Meanwhile, back in Makalim City, women were setting up in the reception area and setting up the Iridian altar. More interesting conversations were had there surrounding the mysterious disappearance of the camerid flowers, the pink flowers that had some sort of medicinal properties that Duchess Lisha Mina, or Duchess Lisha Candelan, the mother of Archim and Siegfried, had requested be in there to represent Erdis. Seems that Euphora and Aoife suspect that Callie Jack may have had something to do with the disappearance. We'll see what comes of that.
Yeah.
So with that, we carry on to the Tusk Taking. It is the evening of that affair. Right now, we are setting up in the Grand Hall.
Did you define the or no before that happens?
It's not the Tusk Taking right now. We're setting up for that. So you will be in, I'll say you're in that room with him if you wanted to pull him aside. This is like the Grand Hall.
We'll just say I have not actively seeked use.
Okay.
So you have
That's
thought.
then proceed.
You're not actively soaked, Liam.
I yell her to make sure that he had the opportunity to choose that. So if he's not done that yet, then that's fine.
Okay. So Artie, with you in the Great Hall
Thanks for asking.
right now is Trousseau Procor and Landon Sonder, and then if Siegfried or if any of the other characters want to be in the Great Hall with you, like while this is being set up, servants are like bringing out chairs and tables, setting out dinnerware, all of that. Like this is just the early evening. Sun hasn't set yet. Everybody's kind of getting ready. If anybody else wants to be in Great Hall while this is happening, you can, including the women. Like any of you can be in here right now. But I think that Shelly already has to be here right now while Trousseau and Landon are talking to you. But does anybody else want to be here, or would you say you're somewhere else getting ready?
Well, I have to get you ready now. You could be a duchess.
Liam, he is up and his woos. When he gets done, he'll probably wander around.
It's also the next day, so. you're already feeling a little bit better.
Okay, he's inhibited his wounds. He'd probably be out and about, hoping our chance to run into Orin.
Sir Orin?
Taking him out, but if he ran into him, what if he looked like he wasn't busy?
Sure. Yeah, we can get to that shortly. Artyom, Trousseau says to you, there is an expectation that there will be bears with you. Of course, there will be soldiers who are carrying the boar, but specifically, you will choose an additional 5 bears who will carry the boar. And just as was the case with the leaders of the hunt, this is additionally an honor you will bestow upon these people. If I were you, I would choose some of the neutral houses myself, but of course, I'm not you. However, Hilaya and Kobari are the houses that we most prefer to sway, but you would do good to honor. But you may choose who you like. And Landon will say, it would be good of you to use Assad. Christopher. I know Christopher and Assad are not exactly the most enjoyable company, but tweaking them and then filling the other spots, you think it would be beneficial.
That's what I was already thinking. So, yes, I saw then Christopher will do, and you said 5 total?
Yes, 5. There's you and then 5 others. And then the soldiers that are like filling in the gas, Support. Is this
Gender segregated?
It is not.
Okay.
If you mention that, Trousseau will mention that women have never done it, but there's not like a hard and set rule that says you can't. But he will he will raise an eyebrow.
Okay.
But you want to break that tradition? That is up to you.
Do I get the impression that it would ruffle a lot of feathers if I invited a woman?
Give me an intuition check. What knowledges do you have?
I do have Feignar.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a Feignar knowledge check.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I got a 7.
A 7. Does Artie even care right now?
No.
So do what you want.
So, in that case, I'm going to invite
Eddie, and I will say you can play out one of these conversations.
one of them. Yeah. Then we're gonna do. I will also invite Duke Hagland.
Gil. Okay.
Duchess Dremma single daughter.
Dremma.
Duke Langton Sonder.
Sad. Okay. So Gil, Dremma, Assad, Landon, and then you're inviting Christopher. All right.
Yes. Yep. And I would like to have a conversation with Dremma.
You find Dremma down by the docks with her ships. She is currently chatting with some of the people who are taking care of them and watching some of the long ships that she has. Just kind of making sure that everything's in order when you go down by the docks to the docks. Do you go by yourself, or do you bring? You have to have hers with you, like your father has insisted on that. You're not certain why. You've gotten the impression that there is a suspicion that there's some danger in the city of some kind. Just everybody's kind of gotten the impression that there's something going on in the city right now.
But it makes sense because I know Liam wanted to have that conversation with me to bring him along to have that.
I mean, I would say you guys have the conversation on the walk.
Okay, sure. Then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, so during the walk down to the docks, you and Liam have that talk.
I would have ours move a little ways away for it. Sorry. I'm sure you picked up on the fact that things didn't go probably the way you hoped today. You need to understand that the way that this is usually carried out gives the whole practice a veneer of respectability. We can tell ourselves about the honor of the hunt and it being a highbrow and pretend like it's not brutal because of the way we do it. And you essentially robbed everybody who was there of that. today. I don't say that to make you feel worse about it, but to make you understand the reactions that everyone had. Your mind, it was already a violent thing, I'm sure. And it probably is difficult to process the reaction you received. Hopefully that helps. Listen, you were made to do something that you didn't want to do. Your father is trying the best way that he knows to teach you some things that he thinks are important, that he believes are going to be important to you as a leader. To some degree, he may be right. They're hard lessons that he's had to learn, and he's found ways to work through that to be the dupe that he's been. But you are not your father. You're going to have to work with him for now, but you're going to have to find your own path. This, I feel like, is an outcome of you trying to figure out how to force yourself into a path that isn't yours. You have to work in the system that you're in. You have to do the things your father commands of you, but you don't have to let it change you. Which I feel like is kind of coming out in this rage. There will come a time where that won't be as important, right? You're getting married, you're going to be in charge of your own area. You won't have as much to deal with on this front. I hope that you won't let some of these difficult situations you've been through allow you to try to force yourself into a person that I don't think you were meant to be.
I'll just kind of nod at you in a way that's not, in a way that's appreciative, but not overly warm.
I'll give you a hero point, Liam, for properly dissecting exactly what happened at the hunting ground. As you guys reach the bottom of the docks, I believe this is the painted mural district. So here at the bottom, you are actually, I'll say you take Hodari's crossing, which is that bridge I mentioned that kind of connects the Iridian garden, which is where the reception area is. You kind of go through where the reception will be after the wedding ceremony, and then you reach Hodari's crossing, which is that massive bridge that kind of connects the southeastern city to the northeastern city. And there's like stairs that go down into like this multi-tiered section underneath of the bridge where there's other buildings and shops. You just keep going down that until you reach the bottom level where all the docks are. And you see Dremma standing there on the edge, talking to one of the ship captains. She doesn't have any guards with her, just has her axe and her short bird with her, and kind of turns to see you and looks at you and says, apologies, do not recall your name, but I know Awesome, of course, Archim.
I am Agatha Alsander of Cordium O'Connell, as in pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Dremma, second daughter. Archim, to all Royal displeasure.
Well, Your Grace, I first wanted to say that if you have not already, you will perhaps hear of the exact methods in which the boar hunt ended.
I have.
I wanted to make it clear that my actions were an outlier of who I am and who I hope to be as a earl and a husband to your daughter.
This is not what I've heard. Whisperers in the castle have reached my ears that rather recently you killed a man and made his wife watch as he died.
I had a good impact on your standing, though. I'm just pointing out.
Did in fact happen, but was done under my own protest.
And the boar's death as well was under your own protest.
not his death, but the messiness of it was a mistake.
Death is always messy, or it should be. It is good that an earl will get his hands dirty. Your father had dirtied his hands.
Yes,
You will dirty yours further.
I hope that I will be prepared when that happens.
But is this why you came? If you are trying to earn some form of respect, perhaps it is your future bride you should be speaking to, not her mother.
Yes, well, I would much like to speak to her, but the reason I came to you, I wanted to ask if you would do the honor of what urge is exactly? He's carrying the
Whole bearing.
pole bearing. Yeah, I got to keep it wrong.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's pole,
Whole bearing.
not Paul. Pole.
Whole.
Okay.
Whole bearing is what we do with our husband sometimes.
I'm gonna say that wrong my whole life. I'm glad you clarified.
I would kindly ask that you be one of my pallbearers for a Tusk Taking this evening.
This will ruffle. I remember that about. This will ruffle some. This will ruffle some feathers. You realize.
You are a very strong, capable woman. I see no reason why they should see it differently than if a man carried it.
Go ahead and give me a speech check.
My
Best stat. It's with our secret daughter.
oh, okay. Well, I'm not in the gutter with them.
Oh. I don't know how that happened to you, but not my fault.
Okay.
Be something. In the rules of hero points, last I checked, we don't have reroll anymore, do we? We just have add
You just add an enhancement.
enhancement, which isn't going to do anything for me here. A nat one, total of 3.
I always say 3 ones is enough. Like, that's so horrific. I do have to lower your social standing. But I will give you a hero point.
Okay.
Because I'm going to ask you to play out how horribly this goes. Because you see Dremma wait for you. Like, she does a thing in negotiations where she just kind of lets you keep talking before she decides to make a statement. So you just keep talking and keep making it worse.
A couple of times, yeah, go ahead. I'm going to do something a couple of times. I want you to ignore me and even
Okay. So remind me, that check was for convincing her to do it.
To essentially, because also not only would you be ruffling feathers, but so would she who have been doing it by participating in it in this way.
Okay.
I also will tell you, I had in my notes in case you asked either Dremma or Indira to do this, like they would have, and there was a like kind of mediocre because they would have had fun doing it because of the nature of Alderstein.
Okay.
But there was a trial for it. You obviously did not.
No, I didn't. And I just, I know it's never been done before, but as I said, you're a very strong, capable woman, and if anyone, had a problem with that, you could surely do something about it, and they would shut their mouths very quickly. And, traditions are made to be broken sometimes.
They are.
And, I think it really shows my commitment to
maybe
it would show my commitment to the house if you broke this tradition with me, and we would be in it together, and everyone would see how strong we both are.
I have already committed to being committed to our thunder by betrothing my daughter to you. Further commitment in this manner is a greater risk than I'm willing to afford right now, particularly given the things I've heard. In time, perhaps you can prove yourself to me. You have failed to do so lately. I will see you at the Tusk Taking this evening.
I I appreciate your consideration.
By the way, are you aware of what you are to do with the Tusk Taking?
Fight for myself or be chosen to fight for someone else?
You and my daughter will be expected to, by hand, pull the tusk of the boar free.
Oh, shit.
You should have loosened it up while we were in the peel.
By hand?
Take my advice. Try not to embarrass yourself. And she will step onto one of her ships.
So, there was a lot in that conversation. I don't know how much Liam knows about House Sacred Daughter. So, based on what you would expect him to know, I'm wondering how Liam would have read that, particularly where she was responding to the hunt and to what she had heard about what happened there. Like, what kind of a vibe do I get there about her attitude towards not just his actions, but maybe about the entire.
You can give me an intuition check.
That's a 4. I'm planning.
Yeah, even off the dice. I'm just gonna say you assumed the same thing that you assumed earlier with our conversation about it. That like he he did something with the hunt as far as like butchering the decorum that people expect of it.
I'm not sure she was playing a part or not, and I have no way that I would know that from a 4.
From the 4, you don't know that. You don't know what it's hard to tell. You know, everybody can very easily tell just based on the way she carries herself, the fact that she does not wear dresses or anything like that. She's constantly wearing like hide armor and everything. Like she does not have a lot of decorum, so to speak, like everyone else does, but she does also carry herself with respect and everything still. So she's a little harder to figure out than everyone else, but like she's not going to go on a full-on tirade and tantrum like Ribrin did during the gala, but she's not the same as everybody else as far.
There can be subtle variances there, and I just felt like maybe I was picking up on some of that. But Liam is just asking questions.
Yep, you sure are with a 4. All right, so you guys head back up.
I have to pick someone else. You'd be a U.S. Bulgaria on it.
I'll say you need to pick somebody who's guaranteed, so you cannot pick a woman this time.
I wasn't gonna.
Stupid. Simon.
Glass ceiling remains intact.
Unfortunate. It's so close.
I want him to go down the pier and get a fish. Sort of for a posture.
Okay, yeah, we can go down here. So while you're heading back, you cross paths with Liam and Artie.
Would you over the honor of being my full bearer, Ulysses? I hope you sing it.
Ulysses, this is a like tremendous honor. Definitely not bestowed upon somebody of your station like ever.
Why?
I need someone to do it. You seem like a good man.
Catch a look from Liam. I give you about my lord. I'm very honored.
You're welcome.
So like Jesse throwing millions of dollars out the window. Seek goes down the street.
Yeah. As you head back to, and you give your fish to Pasha, they let you know that like they've got somebody that they brought in from the city who's familiar with taking care of bears. Who, she's doing very well. She's happy to see you. I'm guessing that since the bears are close by, you probably go see her every day. She's cute today. She is cute. She's cute every day.
He could have been your pole bear.
You can go ahead and raise your standing with House Haglin, House Syed, and House Ildra.
Bye.
Because they're cold bears. You make your way back to your room as you are heading in that direction. Because you're going downstairs where like the bears and such are below. For the hold, you cross paths with Sir Boren, he's kind of like starting to move past you, but when he notices that you seem to want to stop to talk, he will pause. You see like his heavy armor kind of like clinks when he does pulls to the side.
You might like a cut of fuckable meat.
No, I do hope that you get a chance to get to know each other a little bit. Sorry, mine. I would love to know what, I don't want to assume, so I would love to know what brought you to Eridan. I'd certainly be interested if you are sometime maybe engaging in some training. But our family has done its best, I'm sure, to pass down what it can of the use of this weapon. But I have to imagine that much has been lost in generations, and a chance to learn with somebody who has more recently been trained directly by her, it would be a great honor.
Are you by chance participating in the joust?
I am not.
Shy. Well, then perhaps we'll find time to train afterward.
I look forward to it.
I'll give you a nod and then he'll head off.
Why do you have so much tension with everyone who has this title?
Siegfried, do you want to do anything, or do you want to jump to the Tusk Taking?
No, nothing I need to do. I'm
Aoife and Euphora, you guys get ready and get dressed. Anything you want to do, or do you want to jump to this? What do you want to do?
I went to a.
I say you can't escape as a joke. If you legitimately want to leave, try to flee the castle, I'm not going to actually stop you as the GM, but you will probably be bored for the rest of this episode.
I meant just a joke, but I like having outfits. I will be chasing you.
So, Kaneki, you can come back in like November.
Think it would, if you think that is something Eva would do, knowing that Assad Syed is going to be the Tusk Taking this evening, and now you know there are rumors going around that 1, 2 of you are engaged, even though you know that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And also, some people are saying you're pregnant now.
Not gonna help.
Why are you but responsible for that one?
If you think Eva would just run away, so I'm not going to tell you you can't do that. But
I'd rather yes, but I'd rather be there. Okay. No, you deeply Artie's gonna need more plants.
thankfully, no one knows that you're the last spring. A birth.
Because I don't think the whole hunt went well, based on the rumors I'm hearing. No, it didn't go well at all. And then yes, would give him some drugs. That seems good. And I still like doing your makeup and doing your hair. The hair is in like an upsuit with like 80 different types of braids, and it looks. You also probably have to use actual wire. That chicken wire that I got from the farms. Skin Cree is what got me into this mess. Oh no, I'm so sorry that I almost made you a duchess. I don't know how we're gonna be such a bad friend. No, you're wonderful. It's just, I can't be a duchess. You can, and you will. And that's how, well, are you gonna move with me so that you can tell me how to be a duchess? Because I don't know how to be a duchess. Maybe. I have a boyfriend, I don't know. Better not be that brat. Oh, no, it's not Ribbrand. Oh, thank God. I haven't even spoken to him, actually. He just,
Fair. I'll give you a hero point for that. That was my exact thought when I was like, what kind of character can I make? What else to do that about?
all right, wait, so who are you dating? I don't know if I'm dating anyone, but I danced with Monty a lot the other night. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How old's Monty?
Do you like these 34?
Not real life.
While you think on that,
This is good. Let's get this rumor going. I know these people totally agree about the plot.
Well, I'll say you can either give me just a raw cognition check, or you can give me intuition.
I think I'm gonna do intuition.
Okay.
Can I have a rough idea of what this is gonna be for, so I could maybe convince you of getting a next?
This is about what Dremma told you before you walked away.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine. Not gonna be that's what I meant.
Just a raw check.
We're adding an enhancement to it.
Okay.
The 3 hero points. Okay, well, it's good I did that because I originally got a 9 and now I got a 13.
You should go tell Siegfried what Dremma told you about what's expected of you at the Tusk Taking
Okay.
before you have to go there.
Okay. I will find Siegfried gorging himself on bread, it sounds like.
yes, and I'm reading Taxes for Dummies.
So, but you threw that out. That's not Tusk Club. No, he threw the book out and then he put a cover.
Not good.
I threw the pages of Taxes for Dummies out.
I thought you didn't like the textbook, that you were not interested.
I was trying to look busy.
What chapter are you on?
One of my chapters.
I just finished speaking through Dremma's granddaughter. She tells me she can't win that I murdered someone in cold blood while their wife watched.
How did anyone find out about that?
I can't imagine how it got out there.
Well, he's deep in thought. Can I reach for his book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of you, Siegfried, would you say you're caught off guard by him confronting you about that?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah. So I'll say just so this is gonna be either I think this is just straight finesse for both of you.
Because I'm finessing to it. Oh,
10?
4.
You grab the book out of his hand.
What the? Oh my god. I should have known.
This is the necromancy book, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was smart. That's not this much.
Necromancy book.
You know, the passage I read could have been either.
You just assume it's all bones.
Yeah. Positioning bodies. Yeah. How can you read that stuff? How was that even physically possible?
I just look at the pictures.
I'll give you both a hero.
It's possible maybe one of the guards let it slip.
Or it's possible that someone with a penchant for building up an unmatchable reputation for me told a little birdie.
No, I
Landon made sure that there were no guards with you. It was just you guys. And Liam and
I know that.
I'm just pointing out mostly for Artie's benefit, so Artie knows as well.
But if memory serves, there were no guards there. That I believe it.
Really seems to have served very suddenly.
It was Jet Liam and Ulysses there.
And Landon, maybe he told somebody.
You think Dad lied about me?
That's not a lie, though.
He is not as good at omitting the truth as other members of House Somber.
I only say things that make you look good.
They made my mother, soon-to-be mother-in-law, think I am a vicious monster.
Are those the words she used?
They may as well have been.
I'll have to work on that.
Please do not. That is not even why I'm here, because my mother-in-law... Do you know what you actually do in the Tusk Taking?
I think you take a tusk.
The way you say that, it should have been more clear to me.
I was mostly just assuming.
Well, it apparently is not metaphorical in that I am expected to yank the tusk out of the creature in front of everyone and show how strong I am with my fiance.
Okay. Well, don't pull it like this. Pull it like this.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. You'll have a better grip that way.
Not this?
Like this.
Not this. Can I use both hands?
As long as your fiance's hands also fit on it.
She has very big hands.
Oh my fucking god.
It's not about that.
She's gonna make the tusk look small then.
Yeah, that's the end of episode.
It's not but it's taking a long time to get through this episode.
I guess we'll just say Artie will appreciate your advice, which seems to be correct compared
Give it a little twist, too.
twist like this.
Because we do not have time for this. Come on.
Twist.
Is he being serious though?
Have you ever ripped a bone out of something before?
No. Connective tissue is terrible.
Yeah. You gotta break it with a twist. You gotta break the connective tissue. There's a couple pages on that in this book, actually.
I will take your word for it.
So we get to the Tusk Taking. You give him some drugs, I assume.
Yeah, I would give it to you and just be like, take some deep breaths. The only thing I figured out with social situations is you don't talk and they can't get mad at you. Or have someone who's better at words. Here, just take the drugs.
Thank you. All right.
You got this.
At that point, you guys, most people file into the dining hall except for the pallbearers who stand outside of it. You have +1 enhancement on all of your social checks until you roll a natural 1, at which
Probably gonna be the next roll.
probably at this rate, yeah. Until you roll a natural 1. You guys are standing outside. It is Artie, Yul, Ulysses, Assad, Landon, and Christopher. Landon will kind of look to you and will say, "Son, you look more confident than normal."
Looks on drugs. No.
I've
Bitchy.
had some of this down here from what happened at the boar hunt.
That is probably for the best. I also have had some time to reflect on that. Big distance did everyone a little good. This is an opportunity to make a new show. He
grabs it and starts hoisting it up onto his shoulders, and then a couple of guards push the doors open. I need power checks. You need to hit an average between all the pole bearers.
Oh, am I lifting it too?
Yep. Oh, if you are one of the pole bearers.
Oh shit, I didn't realize.
All the pole bearers need an average of 10 in order to not drop 4. So as long as you, so it's, now remember, it's average. So even if you roll those, as long as everybody else gets pretty high, you can still average at 10.
Okay, then I'll pick some strong people.
Would have been good to have Dremma.
My God.
You are not good at
I am
underburn anything. I'm not blaming you for that.
I am just sitting here drawing flowers. Thank you very much. Are they pretty flowers? I must see them. They're not.
I feel it, man. I know.
I don't know.
Do you need me to touch your dice and curse them?
I'll start using the green ones. How about that?
I remember what happens when you touch your own dice.
Oh yeah, which is why I still need other people's dice. I touched yours a couple of times to uncurse them.
It's an average of 10, you said? Between me and you 5 others, right?
You know what? I got plenty of hero points. We're gonna.
Hey, there we go.
What'd you get? So,
It's still 9, but with the enhancement, it's a 9. So.
all right, and
Don't you have a power of 1?
Yeah, and I rolled a 2. So that's a 3 plus this equals 9.
Ulysses, 11. 11. So now we average it. So now the others, an average of 12.
I feel like I would have died someone 3.
It is a gigantic boar. And between each of you, there is a soldier who's kind of helping to carry this thing. So you guys haul this boar in. It is heavier than you expect, Artyom, and it kind of sometimes dips towards you and Ulysses a little bit, but you kind of tip it back over. It's not a beautiful walk toward it, but you do manage to get the boar over to your side of the table where Indira is already standing. There are already people kind of mingling around the table. Everybody's standing in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put Indira where she is at the head of the table here.
And curious.
Artie, put yourself right there. And the two of you take your place at the head of the table. The boar gets placed down, and then everybody just kind of like pauses. They're still kind of standing around. Nobody's like approached seats yet. And Truso, the president, looks at you and says, "Oh, let the Tusk Taking begin." And Indira reaches forward and grabs the broken tusk on the boar, and then looks at you, and tries to give you like a reassuring nod.
So, just for my mental picture, she's picking one end of the tusk and I'm picking the other.
You're picking her. She's grabbing her tusk. You're grabbing another. Her separate.
Okay.
There's 2 tusks.
Great.
So, yeah, I will
And that one's broken. It probably looks really small in her hands.
position myself, grab the tusk with both hands.
I will say, with Siegfried's advice and the brief bit that you read in the book, Beyond the Smut, I'll say your power check is enhanced. You need a trial of 15. It's going to lower by 5 each time you fail. But each time you fail, certain houses are going to lose respect for you.
15, you said?
15 to start, and it lowers each time. All right.
Oh, wait, no. I'm not rolling that die.
Always for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a Feynard die. Impress Truso.
You need the dice. Cherry time.
Yes, I do.
My dice has never rolled.
Long arm wasn't long enough.
All right, 1. Ready? Yeah. Indira rolls first.
There you go.
What? And why would you say that? Hold it out. Bare hand, just one hand rips it free.
I got exactly 15.
Artie, go ahead and I'll give you a hero point too. Why don't you describe it too as both of you pull the tusk free. And you remember like it's kind of like struggles a little bit, and you also have like the full intact tusk as well. This is a little bit more difficult for you. But you remember like Siegfried's advice and everything. So go ahead and describe as you pull this free and finally have a success after so many losses over the last couple of days.
So he will begin to pull the tusk, give it a slight twist, and really feel the resistance of the connective tissue. So he'll kind of
press his other paw down on the skull of the boar, and then is just able to, at that point, just slowly pull it until it's enough for there's a little resistance, so he's able to just cleanly then get the rest of it out.
There's applause through.
And he almost falls a little backward because
which houses gain respect for him?
Yeah,
Because he did the first try.
House Procor and Clan Sigrun daughter both increase respect for you.
goodness.
Just make sure.
Thank you. And he lets out a roar and he smears the blood on his face.
Everybody's name. Pull my dick out. Would thou? Everyone claps.
And at that point, Trousseau claps his hands very loudly and says, "All right, everybody take your seat." At that point, we go in order of speed. Begin with Sir Oren.
We're racing for chairs.
Oh, I already said.
Me trying to find the chair next to my crush.
His crush is bread.
Oh, yeah, you're
Where's the largest pile of bread?
It's red at like every station.
Are we supposed to just fill in or like go in order, or are we supposed to fill in wherever we want to sit?
Wherever you want to sit, you are encouraged to mingle at the Tusk Taking. But again, as with everything here, there is a flowery way that everybody says things are, and then there is a darker undertone political game that is being played here.
I assume there's no privacy to the conversations being had here.
There kind of is. You will be able to talk to the people to your left and right. It is loud, and the table is very wide, long across. So you'll be talking to people who are up to your left and right, and that's it. So who you want, so you will also be sitting next to who you want to talk to. After that, it's Adira, and then it is Liam. So you're up, Liam. And Artie and Indira are already seated.
Do you recall how speed is calculated? Because then I could just...
Your dexterity minus your dice.
After Liam, we've got Caitlin, Callie.
Yes, well, inside and forward on. And back to 20.
Wait, we're next to Oren and Callie, Jay. I don't have anything to talk to them about.
They have things to talk to you about.
Ah,
And also, you wouldn't be talking to Kali Jack. She would be.
Talking to Indira.
but I want to talk to
She hates you now.
Or you can, because you're right next to you.
Then Euphora, you're up, and then after Euphora, it's Aoife.
I'm gonna try to find a spot. Do you want to sit together or apart? I want to sit together.
She doesn't.
Especially now that I've made you so pretty and you're gonna be a duchess.
That seemed kind of.
We'll go I'll go 20 and you can go to 19 or 20.
Oh, yeah, hold on. You have to bring Kaya and Nihat.
Shit, we can take this side so that we can
You gotta bring your little brats.
I love our little brats. So do we either sit in between us? Yeah.
And also, just so you know, the kids will want to talk to the people who are next to them.
Well, they're next to us. Look,
Well, we'll see.
let's go parrot.
That's very strategic. That Kaya was going to be pretty nasty to the person who was next.
We need to talk to her about her behavior.
Well done.
And
He's so upset.
I kind of am.
He was so alive.
perfect little bean.
Nihat is very sweet. It's my little monster.
Listen, she's my little monster, okay? And I am fine.
Haven't you inflicted enough suffering? Aren't you satisfied? You met your quotas.
After that, we have Siegfried and then Artie. And then, yep. Or you're already set.
I'm gonna sit on the.
And that's when he gets his dick out.
Eat it.
It is episode 5 at this point.
All right.
They should know what they're in.
And now a whole bunch from, I think that's everyone, right? Oh, except for Ulysses and then Landon. So I just put everybody where all right, bear with me here.
Pull bear with you.
Go home, Cooper.
All right, I'll walk because you drove.
I really thought you were going to pull that. Go home, Cooper. You're drunk. He doesn't have to be drunk. I've seen him drunk.
Yeah.
I've only heard legends.
You wouldn't.
Oh, Siegfried was at.
Is he having bread?
What's that? Oh,
I'm gonna make such an enormous mess.
It's not like everyone suddenly ran for the table, but you were noticing people eyeing chairs and trying to get to certain places, and then some noticeable disappointment when they couldn't get to certain places, and then trying to get to other chairs. So people definitely had places they wanted to sit and then had to settle for other spots and things. But everyone is seated. Servants bring out plates and platters of food. A chef comes out and starts to cut into the boar, and they begin to serve their food. As they start to cut into the boar, Artie, I would like for you to make an acuity or wild resistance check.
So you're saying acuity resistance or wild resistance?
Yes, you'd pick.
Okay.
7.
All right. As you wash him, he cuts down into the boar next to the head, cuts, and you flash back to you cutting across the throat, and then you holding Sefu's head back, cutting across the throat, and then he makes another cut, and you see it again, that flash of red. You have two choices here. You can immediately excuse yourself and walk away for a bit, which will be embarrassing and could hurt your standing with some people.
Yeah.
Or you can take a flaw to the rest of yours, which will just cancel out your enhancement that you have. Shit. If you excuse yourself, it's just going to immediately drop some social chains with a couple people, but then you'll come back in a bit. But I will have you leave the room. So it's nice.
You got a little.
Yeah,
I'll excuse myself.
Okay. Everybody sees Artie. As soon as the guy starts to cut into the boar, Artie gets up, says nothing, leaves the room.
Did you actually want me to physically leave?
Yes.
Okay.
You're standing with House Sigrun daughter and House Fracor go down, but you're staying with House Mina goes up.
What?
Holy crap. One of them appreciated this.
That's just because House Mina wants the whole world to burn.
Honestly, sometimes.
Okay.
And you guys see Artie get up and walk away. I'll call you back in shortly.
Okay.
You just miss a couple of conversations.
How could this happen to me? Shubo, where are you?
I'm just going to go around the table. We're just going to do this side of the table here. You can pick somebody to your left or right that you want to talk to. We'll do Aoife first.
Like to speak with my possible fiance on my lap.
Assad grabs a bowl of cream corn, flops a whole bunch onto it next to a big slab of the boar meat, and has a spoonful of it in his mouth. Wiped it.
Ms. Aoife, pleasure to see you again.
A pleasure.
How are you faring?
You know, hearing some interesting rumors going around.
I've heard those as well. Some folk are saying you accepted my proposal.
I have not. I'd like a few more details.
I also would like a few more details. My understanding was that you had said no.
I said I was thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. So why are folks saying that you said yes?
Oh, I thought you were spreading this.
I would never do that.
Is he?
I actually had asked a couple of other women to marry me. So I was a little concerned that I heard that you had said yes because I was frightened I had offended you by asking other women.
I didn't know about that. Should probably be offended. But honestly, it's a smart play. You need a wife.
Yeah.
Don't put all the eggs in one basket.
It's good for the sympathy points with the people back.
Ah, that's true.
Of course, I do want her to also be interested.
That's fair.
There's not too many.
Who else did you ask?
Oh, a couple of the servants around here are quite interesting women. You know, I don't really want one of those noble types. You know, the kind who... You don't want somebody who wants to be a duchess, you know?
But they're gonna be a duchess. Do you need someone who can actually do the job, though?
Not really. You see,
Wait a minute.
the kind who want to be duchesses are usually infuriating. You understand?
But they'd be good at the job.
But being a duke or duchess, usually you just delegate.
That's really all that it normally is.
So you've been getting pissed off at everyone who doesn't know your name. Eva, can you pass the potatoes? I look at you as you pass the potatoes and... I'm difficult. If he's gonna marry me, he's gonna figure that out. Before it gets like a big pile of depression potatoes.
Oh, I was really hoping to get some potatoes.
We might need to give her an head.
Quite angry. What an angry little foxhole. You see, my offense with people not know what my name is more just that if I may be candid to a potential future wife, people do tend to forget about marijuana and about me.
That's fair.
And that is part of why I'm here petitioning for folk.
I would very much like to remember that marijuana exists at all. We are constantly on set by monsters from Siegfried. We are essentially the border wall that keeps those monsters from coming into the rest of Malim. If we fall, then who knows what kind of creatures could arrive here in Macalim City. But they just forget about us nonetheless, so that's really my concern. And so when somebody like your angry potato-eating friend here forgets about...
That's angry potato-eating best friend there.
Oh, your apologies. Your angry potato-eating best friend here forgets my name. It just reminds me about the fact that, honestly, even the Duke sometimes forget me. So, it is offensive to me when people just forget that I exist, really.
That's fair.
And again, soon enough, I may not even be a nobleman myself, because I could be replaced by the people who could, so...
See, that's the question. What happens if we do get married? What happens at that point?
Well, we would, just go back to this Angry I have an oasis there. My family is still quite wealthy.
Then you'll be fine.
Oh, certainly. Just be disappointed because I do love the people of marijuana and I do enjoy protecting them. It'd just be more enjoy to protect them if I did have the soldiers that I need in order to do so, you understand?
That's fair. So are you trying to petition for more funds?
Soldiers.
Soldiers?
Need to reinstate the draft.
Oof. Yeah, that's not going to be liked.
No, but it is necessary. Something I like. See, if we don't draft the soldiers now, they're going to be drafted when there are monsters at their doorstep.
Oof. Is there any way you can use technological advances?
We have employed some technologies, but there's only so much. Some of those creatures in there also have technologies of their own, so...
What are you fighting exactly?
Not entirely certain exactly what they are. They rise from the wreckage like down there.
So you just need a wife to go hang out in your house and have good standing.
And someone who will be entertaining to talk to, you know? Someone interesting to hang out with. A best friend who doesn't angrily eat all of my mangoes.
I hiss at you. Like a cat. We're gonna have to get those from Better.
Excuse me, did you please some potatoes? And you hear that from down the table, Siegfried. Who are you talking to?
Sorry, I went for lore. Or did you make lore?
You go for boar.
So you're seating over here. It's either the president or the cool elvish lady.
You are also able to just eavesdrop on conversations if you want. I also have what they are talking about. If you just don't want to talk and you just want to hear what somebody's saying to someone else.
To that extent, could we interject when we hear something? If you want, yes.
Yeah, his interaction with Artie earlier has damaged his confidence in trying to play him up.
Yeah.
So he's kind of just sitting there.
Helen? No, ma'am.
Oh, she has grabbed all the urine and she has grabbed all the yarn. Yep. Oh. Are you gonna be that hero?
I'm gonna listen to Alia and Oren.
Impressive.
You notice...
assuming they're actually talking.
Yeah, you notice Alia isn't really saying much, and neither is Oren for a bit. But Sir Oren eventually just kind of breaks the silence for a moment when he seems like he wanted to talk to Artie. But after Artie kind of left, his boar appeared to be quite young. One that I killed before was maybe larger. Not that it's not a bribe, really. It's just makes me wonder if it has a mother out there or something. And Alia says, do you think we should perhaps go back out there ourselves sometime? Try to find it? And Sir Oren just says, maybe. Worry about what kind of destruction it could be wreaking. This one wrecked a good chunk of the forest. Alia says, could be fun. And then just go back to eating.
It's the most boring thing I've ever listened to in my life.
If she doesn't date you, she can date this other guy.
I really wanted to date me. She sounds...
No, Liam.
Oh.
Not you.
I'll sit till I hear something I want to talk about, but
Who are you listening to?
Assad, there I...
Azir.
Azir, yeah. See what I'm talking to Jacob about.
This is Azir next to Jacob.
Jacob.
Jacob is sitting there and saying, boy,
Thinking about expanding the federal squad force in the north. Yuzreg. Getting a few more ships up there in the federal district. Thinking that might be important for us to do here pretty soon. More trade with some of the northern continents could be good for us. Azir just kind of nods quietly. And then says, I was just up there not too long ago. Just actually a few days before I came here. Israel seems to be doing well, but some expansions could be doing a bit better. It's a decent trade city, but grimy. If only federal leadership could do well with an actual duke in charge. I worry for it sometimes. It's nothing like what my mother used to say that it was when she was a child. The conversation goes silent after that.
Who was he talking to?
Jacob. Which of these areas was that? Yazreg. The federal district of Yazreg, which has no duke. It's owned by the Federation itself. If you want, you can... Do you have knowledge of Malim?
I don't think so. Okay. So just give me a generic combination check. 12. Federal District of Yazreg was the one that was given to Swore, but Swore didn't want leadership there. It wanted it to be a free city, and the Federation said, okay, sure. And then they just put it under federal rule. And now it's one of the more, it's one of the worst duchies that they have. And it's a district, basically, that's under federal rule. And occasionally they send rulers out there to check on it.
Jacobs was saying he was going to expand something in it.
Yeah, the Skyport for trade. Most of international trade comes through Yazreg. With that, you can call Cooper back in.
Cooper.
Koopa Troopa.
Maybe actually.
Koopa. Hey, buddy, how's Koopa?
Good. Better than me.
All right, Artie, you can describe your entrance. As soon as you come back in, the conversation ends across the table. You heard a lot of talking as you approach the doors, but as soon as you open it, everybody goes quiet and turns toward the doors and sees you enter. And they just kind of look at you.
He will just kind of look up and he will say, my apologies, I did not mean to be rude. My lunch must not have agreed with me.
Give me a speech check.
An enhancement.
Just told a room full of people that you had diarrhea, but okay.
That was your interpretation.
Sweet mother of God.
Good or bad?
Can use 3 hero points. Enhancement.
Because everyone's going to think I just shit my pants if I just go with that number.
But he might not even...
Okay, that's a 14. A 14. No one really reacts. They all just kind of quietly go back to their conversations. But as you walk back to your chair, you notice that Trousseau and Landon's eyes both continue to follow you as you get back to your seat. Okay. When you sit back down, Indira leans over to you and says, "Are you all right?"
I am now, yes. Thank you. I'm sorry.
And did a good job with the board, that's...
Thank you. You did as well.
I know. He goes back to eating her food. Euphora, what conversation would you like to have?
I'm just trying to entertain the kids.
You are next to Kaya and Gil.
It was what it was.
Okay, I can remember you can listen to someone's conversation. Kaya is very annoyed right now that she cannot talk to somebody that is interesting. She's trying, you can tell that Kaya's trying to listen to those conversations. She gives up eventually. She looks at the empty bowl of mashed potatoes in front of you, and then she just goes back to eating. So you listen to Gil's conversation. Gil said,
Why would you? He has no idea what the empty bowl of mashed potatoes is about.
What? What did you do to the mashed potatoes?
I feelings, Cooper. It happened.
You hear,
Other than what I did.
you hear Gil say,
I'm thinking about going back to Rossi, although the journey around the Rossian channel is a rather dull one. Trousseau would likely report me to Fenar if I ever start using airships. Train is one thing, but the airship, he'd consider that downright treason. Or he doesn't even want me to use a train to get all the way over to the games in a couple of days here. I think he's insisting that we all walk there. It's insanity. You know, he looks over at his wife. He made us walk and ride all the way here. You know how much faster it is for me to get to Madeline City when I take the train. This rejection of technology is driving me insane. Kind of looks at the watch on his wrist. This gift from Christopher. It has never harmed me. The only real threat that we actually have to face are the steel joints. And then Yvette just kind of like pats his hand and kisses his cheek and says, I know, dear. I know. It's all right. And Yule just kind of passes the bowl in his hand, goes, this was cooked in an oven. Like an electric oven. We could have this in our castle. But of course, the King of Fenar would probably have us hanged or worse. Ridiculous. So tired.
So he's just talking to his wife and his daughter over there?
Yeah.
And he's at Hunt Russo would report him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, President.
And where was he wanting to go?
Rossade, where that's where he's from. Rossade. And the conversation is kind of contagious on like that. He seems to be frustrated. You're not sure what sparked the conversation. You got to the conversation a little bit later, especially being frustrated with hearing Aoife's conversation that she was having. But something seems to, perhaps some conflict he had with Trousseau earlier seems to have sparked his frustrations with Trousseau's opinions on technology. Artie, you can talk to Sir Oren or listen to Sir Oren, or you can talk to Indira.
I want to talk to Indira.
Yeah.
I think some damage control needs to be done.
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard what happened at the boar hunt.
And the
Didn't see it.
That was, we were in a lot of danger. Few guards died, and I may have lost my wits a bit for a moment. But it was also unfortunate enough that lapse in judgment happened around a lot of important people.
It is. You are injured, yes.
He'll kind of grasps his side that it was gored, and he'll say, I was attacked by this boar, by the same tusk I had just pulled out of it.
And it seems your pride was wounded as well.
Was who?
Your pride was wounded as well.
That was usually her wound.
Yeah, and the rest of our family is fine.
No, he'll just say, the wound to my pride was far greater than the one to my body.
Then it seems to me that you paid the price. Between you and I, you exposed the reality of those games. All of this.
she kind of like looks out at the conversation that everyone is having. It's all frivolous.
Yes. The way that they all rush to their chairs to find who to sit next to, who to have a conversation with, who to eavesdrop on, while pretending that they're all here to be friends. Everyone's here pretending. And they were there at the boar hunt to pretend that it was all a fine tradition. I don't like that you killed boar. I wish you had spared it. Ultimately, all you did was show them that this is the real nature of what they're doing here. That's what they don't like.
Artie will kind of nod and he will say, killing the boar brought me no joy. If there are other stories you may have heard about me as we arrived, I can almost guarantee there is, at best, a sliver of truth in them.
I've heard mixtures of whether or not you are gentle or violent. I think I will have to judge for myself in time.
If I was a much smoother talker, I'd know exactly what to say right now, but I'm playing Artie right now. I hope you will be proud to marry. I hope I am the one you prefer and will be proud to marry someone with those qualities.
Neither of us has a choice in this. So it is best that we both come to terms with what each other are.
Well, I'm assuming though I'll have other opportunities to speak to her before the wedding.
Okay, several sessions. Okay.
Or Callie Jack can probably hear what y'all are saying.
Okay, as well as
Yeah. In that case, I will say I am very much looking forward to getting to know the wife of the future Earl of Coolidge.
I think that we will have time to get to know each other once we are wed.
Yeah, you will. You're playing this character really well.
and she will go back to her meal. And you hear the conversations just mingle and escalate.
What do you know?
As I know you, and I know that that's not you, and so you're role playing really well.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Perrin. Yeah, I had so many jokes to make about being gentle and not gentle. You have no idea.
In other circumstances, he would just be quiet. But given who decided to sit down next to him, he is going to try to strike up a conversation with Dremma.
All right.
And so when she sits down,
When she sat down next to you, she scooted you farther down the table.
he would have gladly just kind of moved a little bit to make.
You didn't really realize it was happening at first. Like she just makes space, and then on the other side of you landed that down, and so now your middle seat up on the aisle with two gigantic.
Like in Shrek 2, when they get in Fairy Color's carriage.
Say, Harold, Your Grace.
And this comes with the medieval meal.
Liam O'Connell, you were
honor me.
always spoken groom earlier, yes.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Seems that it worked out all right. She carried the boar in fine. Pulled the tusk out as I suggested he did.
He did.
Can you tell me, did he loosen it first?
No.
Impressive.
Artie, honestly, I wouldn't have even had to have been with him to know that wasn't. He is not the kind of person that would occur to you. That is, to some degree, why he sometimes gets in trouble with conversations like the one he had with you. Because unlike most of us who've had to exist in this realm, he just does not have the subterfuge, that political gamesmanship that some do. He's just a bit more honest. I think that trips him up sometimes.
Do not really last long.
Unfortunately, that is too often the case. I worry for him, and I tried to, I do not want him to be, none of us really want to be dishonest. I don't think we would think that of ourselves, but sometimes there's a lot of wisdom in silence.
Gigantic claw reaches across you and grabs a huge plate of bread.
Doing me from all the way at the other end of the apple. There's a lot of wisdom to be had in silence, and I think that's probably something he needs to appreciate.
But
he wants to fix everything instead, and it gets him in trouble.
I do not actually hate the boy. But I think that he does need to be put in the correct place. You being a Kindellan man, and she kind of like glances over at Landon, but he's like chewing so loudly with his mouth wide open that she's pretty confident he can't hear. Who's she next to? Oh, her wife. This is fine then. Being from Kindellan, clearly given that he is a Fenar, I feel that making sure he knows where he really stands is important.
And he will kind of...
I'm scared.
He sweats a little bit. And kind of cocks his head this way. I believe I understand.
My daughter is marrying this boy, and I do not know if he is actually the violent monster that I hear of in the castle walls, or if he is the gentle boy that he has ceased to pretend to be in front of me sometimes, who is timid. You know who else was timid? The Duke.
My mom.
Who stood in the halls of the castle of Alderstein, who cut his throat in front of our queen. There are many people who you do not know until it is too late. This nervous boy makes me more uncomfortable than a man that I've faced on the battlefield. And especially that he is Fenar. He gives me pause. Gigantic pod grapes. I have her plate across.
Excuse me.
Potatoes.
Oh, why is the potato bowl empty?
You don't know. I'm pretty poor. She's got like a little bit of potatoes for whiskers. She bakes it out a little bit.
Isad just kind of like looks over at it. There's not even any gravy on it.
Feeling a little bit between a rock and a hard place, literally.
Which one's the rock and which one's the hard place?
I understand. I wish that I could be reassuring. When I left Ukwim, I believe I would have been, he has experienced much on this journey. The expectations that have been set on him from well-meaning people. And rumors from likewise well-meaning people have muddied those waters. It will, I believe the next weeks, years, I don't know, are going to matter a lot. The question is going to become, is he going to allow those expectations and the people around him to shape who he is? Because if so, I think your concerns are justified. Or does he have the internal strength to be Artie? Boy's path I thought I knew when we left Ukwim. If he chooses that, he will be a great husband to your daughter.
That is reassuring to hear. You can go ahead and increase your standing with Landslayer and daughter. And she will say, people think that the life of a noble is one that peasants should always envy. But we almost never get a choice in our life. It is rare at least. Women must... At least when I look at the women out here, she kind of looks around at all of them. They have expectations placed on them to provide heirs. It is not this way in Alderstein. We adopt whenever we please. My daughter Indira was marooned on an island. Picked her up. My wife, Caitlin, she gestures to her, found her in the bar in Erdis. Told her I thought she was pretty, took her on. Easy for me. And I look out here, I see Archim. You told me he's forced to be someone he is not want to be. This is hard for me to reconcile. This is why our nations have been at war so long.
The words he chose to use, being riled as I believe he was, I was encouraged that he thought to ask you. I believe that he has seen, just giving him a little benefit of the doubt, knowing the boy that I know. I believe that he has looked at your culture and wants to embrace that once for your family, your nation, to be as much a part as his own, that he wants to honor what you've built. He just didn't do a very good job.
Yes, had he been more well-spoken and rolled like a 15, probably would have done it.
Pure Narn, I think, probably would not have even occurred to them to take that kind of a risk. I don't believe he meant any subterfuge. I'm asking.
If anyone under the Mandan had asked, would not have wed my daughter. I must eat before this last bowl of mashed potatoes is emptied. That box is voracious.
I must as well before Landon grabs my plate.
You look down, her plate's already gone. Artie, Callie Jack pulls out a little tin that you seen her pull out, the same one that she gave like Liam and some other people. She pulls it out. She like hands a little mint over to like Altoid shaped over to Indira and says, "Would you like one? It's the Agoparian mints. Freshen your best." She like, pops one into her mouth.
Fit me?
Yeah.
Oh, gonna take a second, gonna see how Indira reacts.
Yeah, Indira takes it.
Okay. And then after taking the minute, she doesn't like.
And she's fine. She's
Heal over.
Okay, I mean, and shoot Callie too. Callie gave, but Callie ate one, and Jake and Boyd. She's like Callie is offering them to the people who are around her, and I've seen her do this a lot, and so Jake also takes one, and every roll she like offers one to you.
Have you had one of these before?
No.
And it's curious, just strong. It is very much like an Altoid, and like kind of melts in your mouth a little bit. Tastes pretty good. It's better with like it's a little more like potent, and it like takes away like all the like taste of the food that you've eaten and everything so far, and like cleanses your mouth a good bit, and cleans your teeth a little, and you feel very fresh afterward. And she kind of looks at you and leans across the table. She says it in a whispering voice, but so that the Indira can hear, and just says, "So you can kiss her later." Oh. And then she leans back, and you see Indira kind of blush a little bit. And now Truso stands up and cleans the glass, and says, "I, Truso Procor, would name Ulysses Beaumont to represent me in the Royal Brawl."
Before it starts to clack, but then she stops clapping.
If he will accept.
Ulysses will nod and he'll say,
I accept. You impressed me in the boar hunt.
Kaya will stand out on her chair.
No. Like, can I try to get her down?
No, she needs to do this. She says, "I Kaya Procor name." She reaches into her pocket. "Milo Athgard to represent me." And you see a soldier in like golden and green armor step forward with like long silver hair approach, and he kind of like kneels before Kaya and says,
Would be my honor, my lady.
Nihat stands up on his chair following Kaya, and then he like stands on the top of the table and he goes, "I, Nihat Brokord, do you remember where I was supposed to?"
No.
Truso gets up, approaches, whispers in his ear, "I Zimret Rixnave." And Truso corrects it and says, "Zelmir Roxanava." Yeah, that's and you see a very young looking man, probably like about 19, approach, blonde hair, again like green and gold armor, step forward. "Sir Zalmir Roxanava, of House Roxanava approach and kneels before Nihat and says, "It will be my honor, sir." Gjol Hagland
Hippopotamuses.
stands up. Hold on. Unbuckles his belt. Oh, yeah.
Play the ball.
As he like stretches his like untucked shirt, kind of like pulls up a little bit there, and you see like some of his gray hair around his belly button, land in his belly button too.
Very cheap.
Of lint
On a peak, I could be sitting next to Monty, but this is way next to me.
There's a space between you at least.
They're not anymore. And what you didn't said there, he scooted down.
Then Alia Tonkin
Big space.
will represent me in the brawl.
And Alia circles around the table. She kneels before him. Will be my honor. And there stands Sir Tolven Actus will represent me in the brawl. You see a dark-haired knight or soldier step forward, or knight of House Hagland. Tolven Actus being a member of House Actus from Rasade.
And expect so many randos.
And who's he fighting for?
Emma Beth
Haglin.
All these freaking Zoomers in the brawl. What the hell?
Viorka Hagland
I've been running it on their page.
stands up. She looks across the tables, makes eye contact with Siegfried. I, Viorka Hagland, name Archim Sonder, to represent me in the Royal Brawl, if he would do me this great honor. Everyone's eyes turn to look at you.
Siegfried snorts, and given the sounds in the hall, it's very loud.
Before takes another big bite of mashed potatoes.
This when okay, to get that too, you're like scraping the bowl, so it's just like this.
A servant comes up, takes the bowl away, like
So this would pit me against Siegfried daughter in the brawl, wouldn't it?
it would, yes.
You could beat up your new bride, and that would probably impress her.
You're on drugs! Yeah, you do have advantage from the drugs.
Not advantage.
It's
Oh God, because I'm trying to think of a tact way of.
You're already Saunders. You have no tact.
Okay, if you will give me this,
Probably not, but go ahead.
is there any way that I could get a read on Caitlin Tiernan to see if maybe she already has someone in mind? Or if she...
Caitlin is way down there. You can give me an intuition check with a flaw.
Okay. If it's ever time for a nat 20.
This is a singer daughter check, though.
Oh,
So
okay. So just a Sigurd daughter check, but you add a flaw, so that will knock out an enhancement if you have any.
So that means I only get one enhancement. So
Yeah. And this is a social check feed. So you have your regular social check.
22.
22. Let me check. I will say, Caitlin, with a 22, you make eye contact with her. When you make that eye contact with her, if you communicate with that you want her to pick you, she will.
Then that is what I'm going to...
Okay. Hit you. She will give you a nod.
Okay. And I will say to... This was Bjorka?
Yeah.
Originally? You will say... Make sure I get the honorifics to them.
It's just a lady.
Okay. Lady Bjorka, I am honored by your request. However, I see it fit to fight alongside my soon-to-be bride rather than against her. Thank you.
There's a sit back. Quiet in the room for a moment. Go ahead and give me a speech check.
Okay. Does this include any House Haglin?
No, because this is for everyone in the room.
So all of them added together?
No. I don't think you'd want that anywhere right now.
Yeah, I'm going to add another enhancement to it.
Oh, thank God. Poor thing.
It wasn't a terrible roll, but it would be a lot better with an enhancement. Or it would be one better with an enhancement.
Oh, buddy.
Okay.
I'm also going to use a hero point to bump that up to a 15.
Okay, 15.
15.
Good luck. The Fenaran houses have, with that, you have removed your chances of fighting for a Fenaran house. That was the last Fenaran Marquess, unless you fight for yourself. And with saying that as well, you have just declared that you are going to be fighting against Fenaran houses for this, because you will be fighting alongside your wife. But because you said it so tactfully with a 15, which was obviously exactly what you needed, you do not decrease your standing with Procore and Hagland. Viorica, however, who I'll say also with the 22 intuition, is a really solid roll, especially for Artie. You can tell she didn't expect you to say yes. She wanted to manipulate you into this, but she was expecting people to be pissed off at you. And when she sees that people, while they're upset, they understand, she's now very irritated. And now she has been embarrassed instead of you being embarrassed. And so Lay did not work.
Okay. And lower her social standings. Do it.
So she says, of course. In that case, I will call on the next best thing. Siegfried Sonder, if you would do me the honor of fighting for me in the Royal Brawl. I have known you for many years and consider you a great friend. I know of your prowess in battle. You will do me proud.
What do you reckon I should do, Governor? Do you proud?
I'll look over there. What is the expression on Ribrin's face right now?
You can give me an intuition check. That's definitely flawed. He's deliberately just one level Ross. I'll say if you roll really well on this, I'll also tell you why he sat on the opposite side of the table. Because he sat there before you sat down, didn't he?
He would have sat down after me.
I think I have an idea.
Sit down after.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious, but
16.
16. He and Viorga planned this. Ribrin cannot call for himself. He is just a baron. Essentially, what they're doing is, if you were to accept this, then Ribrin wouldn't be in the brawl, and so then you still couldn't beat him up, and so he'd be out. He'd be in the clear, is what he's counting on right now.
But if I don't accept it, then she's gonna.
Also, with that 16, you also know he's at the end of the table because he's absolutely terrified of Artie right now.
Yeah.
Little bitch.
So not only is he a Janas, not only does he not want to fight you, which he's kind of, he's a little concerned about. He's like, Siegfried's like, I mean, I did kind of torture him in that barn and that was funny. He might want to beat me up, but Artie will probably murder me. And people do die in the brawl sometimes. So Artie might actually do to me what he did to that boar and make Viorica watch, apparently. So I don't think I want that to happen. So he's like either going to avoid the brawl, and now he knows that Artie is going to try to fight with the Sigrun daughters, so there's a little concern there.
But he is like,
fighting in the
if
brawl.
I refuse, like it's pretty much guaranteed that she would call on him.
Yeah. If she doesn't call on him, it's going to be very obvious that he's being a pansy.
What?
But if she calls on you and you accept, and it's just who's going to call on Ribrin at that point?
Yeah.
No one's going to expect somebody to call on Ribrin at that point, who, in their mind, no one else do.
Well, that isn't my question. Aren't they both Fenar? So Sonder and Haglund are both Fenar?
Yep.
Yep, so they're on the same side.
Yeah.
Who all from Fenar hasn't called anyone yet? I know, but I already know Landon's going to fight for himself. But everyone else from Fenar has already, and Artie.
And I've made myself pretty clear, yeah.
He'll chuckle kind of loudly and kind of on purpose. And with an air of like, almost like he's trying to inflect his voice so it sounds like he thinks he's doing her a massive favor. And he'll just say, "You're right, Viorca, we have known each other a long time. I suppose I could do that for you. Why not?"
Her eyes kind of go a little bit wide. And then you see Ribrin breathe a sigh of relief.
And then I turn to look at directly across the table from me.
You get a nod.
Okay.
Across the table from me.
Okie dokie. Viorica just, oh, fantastic.
Well, I'm sure that there will be an excellent victory in my name come the Royal Brawl then.
There will.
I knew as soon as he said she doesn't want this to happen that you were going to do it.
It will also increase your standing with House Hagland. You see Yule go, very good, remarkable. Oh, you know I love this. Fantastic. Our house is all working together.
What happens if I'm still at rank 3 with Hagland?
I'll give you a hero point. How about that?
Oh, yes.
Especially for playing the scene coolly. After that, Dremma Sigrandaughter stands up. I'm going to represent myself. She sits back down. Indira stands up. I also will be representing myself in the brawl. And she nods to you and sits back down. And Caitlin stands. I will call on Archim Saunders to represent me in the brawl.
You know what? I'm on my confidence drugs. So Artyom is going to stand up from his chair. He's going to walk all the way up to Caitlin's chair.
I pinch his butt when he walks past me. Sure, I do it. You take my point of damage.
Kneel down, put his hand over his chest, and he will say, "It would be my honor to represent you in the brawl."
Go ahead and increase your standing with Clan Sigrandaughter.
Siegfried mutters,
Get up and
he leans over to Alia and he just goes, "You be doing too much."
I've got some ground to make up, my friend.
Alia, when you do that, Alia leans over to you and goes, "How the fuck would you represent that little bitch?"
What?
So that's she said that to me.
Yeah.
Like, why would I represent them?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I keep telling her.
because it's
Isn't she with House Hagland?
Yeah. But everybody knows what she is.
She knows Bjorka very well.
Yeah.
because it's gonna be really funny.
I look forward to figuring out what joke is then. Humor has never been my strong suit. You will have to explain it to me later.
It shouldn't need any explaining, but if it does, I'll find you.
Okay. Assad Syed stands up and looks around and says, I call on Pern Adiri to represent me in the brawl. And the rabbit folk soldier approaches, kneels, and pledges himself to Assad Syed. Rabbit. Jacob rises and says, I call on Sir Oren Quinn to represent me in the brawl. Sir Oren slowly stands up and approaches the Duke. It would be my great honor to represent you once again, Duke Kendallin. What I must say, it was my intention to represent someone else in the brawl this year. And Jacob kind of looks a little surprised at that and says, I do wish you had discussed this with me earlier. He pauses and looks around a bit, kind of surprised, looks around to his guards to figure out who's here, and then his wife stands up and declares herself and says, I will gladly represent you in the brawl, my love. What? That? Samira circled around to her husband and clasps her hand onto his, and he says, oh, good, very good. My wife Samira will represent me in the brawl. Yes. And kneels and sits back down. And then as soon as he sits back down, he pops back up. Oh, right. My sister, who unfortunately could not be here, also made a declaration. Sir Liam O'Connell will represent my sister Leisha Kendallin in the brawl. And if he will have her, he will stand.
Of course. The grace.
Landon will turn to you. And for what house will you be fighting there? Or that's Jacob's voice. For what house will you be fighting there?
She is House Saunders. Curious.
Just inserting this because, of course, she is also a housekeeper.
She is.
But now, it will be good that I do not have to bash your face in. Again.
I am glad as well, sir.
Christopher Sfildra stands up.
I call upon Dame Maricel Brasciano, my dear knight, to represent me.
You see a blonde-haired woman in heavy armor, with like huge like spines and stuff coming up off of it in a long cape, step forward, draw her rapier, and hand it over to him. And he like goes through this like fancy like reuniting ritual with her that takes way too long. It's just like this whole extravagant ceremony that they go through that is very dragged out. And then eventually she stands up and says,
It would be my honor, sir. And he goes, I knew it would be.
and they like do the whole like kissing the side of each other's cheeks for like, again, a little bit too long. And then she goes back into exorcisation. But finally, Jack Sildra stands up.
Caught upon Sir Oren, not to represent me as a brawl.
And Sir Oren approaches her and kneels.
Would be my honor to represent you. Lady Kalija, a fight harder than I have ever fought before.
What the hell?
And he stands up. Landon rises.
I would also be representing myself as Dremma did.
Thank you. Back down. Goes back to eating.
Artie has a twinge of
Fear?
worry as he remembers that in agreeing to fight Class in for Glansingren's daughter, he's going to be against his father now.
He's not even looking at your end of the table. You can't tell if it's because he doesn't want to look at you or if it's because he's looking at his food.
Probably both. Yeah.
People kind of go back to eating for a second. There's silence, and then Azir Mina rises.
I, Azir Mina, called upon Ribrin Emrig, who represent Artie in the brawl.
We all want to beat the shit out of this kid. Trust. He's serving.
Okay, but he's Sir Ribrin, who at that moment was like kind of smirking to himself and eating a piece of bread, stops.
I look right at him and I raise my glass. I am not being stealthy because I'm dumb.
And he looks toward him and just up at Viorica, and she looks down at him and then over at you. And then Azir just kind of gives you a nod. And Ribrin whispers to Viorica, and then they just keep whispering for a bit, and there's just silence. And Ribrin stands up and walks over to Azir.
It would be my honor to represent you in the brawl.
Your Grace.
I'm right there, so I want to give him a look.
And Ribrin is just not making eye contact. And Azir says,
I'm certain you will do me proud. I have heard that you are an excellent fighter.
He sits back down and gives a slight smirk to Siegfried. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end this.
Holy shit. You have got to be kidding me, dude.
Here's what upset the old white man.
I heard rumors that you then moved on to bed that foxy little minx, Euphora.
As soon as he's within 3 paces of me, I let out a roar.
I'm not scheduled to fight today.
I never said I was smart, guys.
My betrothed, we don't have to do this.
She grabs your arm and is going to try to pull it out of its socket.
Yeah, I am Sharifa. Now you
Ribrin stepped down off of his mount, pulled up his giant lance victorious,